So this is question number 83, the last problem dealing with partial fraction decomposition. So here when we look at the denominator, right, we see that there is a distinct linear factor as well as repeated linear factors, right? And so really we don't have to factor anything out because everything has been factored for us. So we can write this as a divided by x plus b divided by x minus 5 plus c divided by x minus 5 squared plus d divided by x minus 5 cubed. Again, because those are repeated linear factors, you want to go up to that degree, up to that highest degree, right? So we have x minus 1 to the power of 1, then x minus 5 to the power of 2, then x minus 5 to the power of 3. So we have this. Now obviously this is equal to this expression over here. I'm not going to write that, but now you can take the common denominator, right? And so you know your common denominator is x times x minus 5 to the power of 3, right? Which is effectively what your denominator is over here. And so we can start writing this now. So we have a times x minus 5 cubed plus b times x minus 5 squared plus c times x minus 5, and then plus d times x. So we have this over here. Now this must equal to this. Well, the denominators are the same, therefore the numerators must be the same. So I can just erase this over here and really say that this expression over here must be equal to the numerator must be equal to negative 2x cubed plus 36x squared minus 199x plus 375. Right? So we're seeing that this must be equal to that. Now we have the equation. Now we want to obviously find values for x which we can use. And so when I was looking at this problem, right, anyone can get confused because if you start substituting values in for x that by just randomly, for instance, x is equal to 2, 3, you can get several equations, right? But none are actually canceling your x's out, right? So to determine the values of a, b, c, and d, the easiest step here is to obviously say that x is equal to 5, right? We can say that because we know that x minus 5 is common right here within 3 factors. So if x is equal to 5, then this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, and we are really seeing that 5d is equal to, well, plug 5 into this expression over here, and you should get 30. So 5d is equal to 30, therefore d is equal to 6. So that was really easy just to get the value of d. Now we need to look at some other values, right? We know that we can clearly, from looking at this, we did say that let x is equal to 5. Well, what if we say that let x be 0? Well, if we say that x be 0, well then this expression over here goes away, this expression goes away, this expression goes away. So we're left with our a's, right? And we know that we plug 0 here, so we have negative 125a. Negative 125a is equal to, well, you're plugging 0 in, all of this goes away, 375. So you know your a value must be equal to negative 3. So we already know that d must be 6 and a must be negative 3, right? Now looking at this, we want to use two x values that are similar, right? So we can determine b and c, because obviously we need that system of equations. We have the values of a and d, so we can really really just use any values for x, right, to determine the other two variables, right, to determine the values of b and c. So here we know what d and a are, right? And you know this expression over here, right? So we can. So what I did was I said that let x be 7. So if you say let x be 7, right, you clearly have 8a plus, well, 7 here. So 4 times 7 here, right, would be 28. So 28b plus plug 7 here, right? So you would have 2 times 7, 14c. Do the same thing over there, so you would have 7d, right? And you know d is 6, so it would just be plus 42 is equal to 60. If you plug 7 into this expression over here, you should get 60. And so you can further simplify this. You can obviously take the 48, subtract both sides from by 48, right? And so you can say that 8a plus 28b plus 14c is equal to 18, right? And then you can, and then just looking at this, we already know the value of a, that's -3. So here we have -24, right? We have -24, so we can add that 24 there. So we're left with 28b plus 14c is equal to, so you are adding 24 there, right? So you get 40, you would get, so you have -24, right? So you would be, that this value over here is equal to 42, I believe. Or did I mess up over here? So you had 8a plus 28b plus 14c is equal to 18, right? And so now when we're looking at this expression over here, we know that d is equal to 6, which we already used here. And then when I said let x be equal to 7, or a we know is equal to -3, that's -24, right? So we know that this over here must be 42, right? So then when we're evaluating this, right, looking at this,